Let's move over to our spotlight matchup. Some college basketball action. Number 12 Kentucky, who is 14-3, 4-1 in conference play, will visit Texas A&M, who is 15-2, 4-0 in conference play. A little SEC action for you on this Wednesday. Right now, Kentucky is the 7-point favorite with a total at 142. Another game that is sure to not disappoint, or at least we hope so. Kentucky's 3 losses so far this season came at the hands of a then number 9 Duke, an unranked Notre Dame, and a number 21 LSU. The only other ranked team they have faced outside of that is number 22 Tennessee, where they had a commanding win, 107-79 over a top 5 defense. Looking over to A&M, their 2 losses were to an unranked Wisconsin and an unranked TCU. In fact, they have yet to face a ranked opponent yet this year. However, they did have significant wins over a good Arkansas and Notre Dame team. The Aggies are coming off a close win over Mizzou. I want to reiterate that it was close, 67-64, thank you, and are looking for their 9th straight win at home tonight. Kentucky, on the other hand, is looking to pick up their 4th straight. Arky, I already know where I'm going with this one, but would love to hear where you're headed, my friend.
Well, it's interesting. Yes, it is an interesting one more time because Texas A&M is 15-2, and they are at home. But
little deceiving.
But they're very much a paper Aggie at this point. They have gotten that record by beating up on some really, really bad teams. And I know you said a good Notre Dame team, but it wasn't a good Notre Dame team when they played them.
True.
They're 4-0 in the SEC, but let's look at the 4 wins they have in the SEC. Georgia, who is a 22-point underdog to Auburn tonight, so not necessarily the greatest team in the SEC. Ole Miss, not a very good team in the SEC. Arkansas, this was when Arkansas was in their losing streak in the SEC. And maybe the worst team in the SEC, Missouri, right now. And I'm sorry to say that.
Easy.
Yeah, they're awful. They just fired their coach, so let's just relax a little bit on defending them. But understandably so, that like I even saw one preeminent bracketologist has Texas A&M as like the first 4 out of the tournament. They're 15-2. That's how weak this non-conference schedule and early conference schedule has been. So this is going to be by far the toughest game for Texas A&M to have played. Now, it's an interesting spot for Kentucky, too, because they have this game on the road, and they go to Auburn on Saturday. But that Auburn game doesn't mean as much Saturday if they don't get through this game tonight. And Kentucky is a team that hasn't done very well on the road or on neutral sites. Remember, you talked about them losing to Kentucky. Their one true road win was at Vanderbilt, and they looked great in that game. But as you mentioned, they went to Notre Dame, and they lost. They went to LSU, and they lost. So this is where I'm back to being old me. Do I get out of my own way? Do I learn a lesson from a team being a road favorite when they don't have a lot of road games or victories under their belts? And I'm going to go do my old dirty thing again. Kentucky -7 tonight. Kentucky is by far the best team on the court tonight. They are loaded. This is the worst team in the SEC they have played so far, and I do include Vanderbilt in that discussion. Tennessee was an awesome blowout, but Tennessee is not a very bad team. They just played against the red-hot Kentucky Wildcats team. So I believe, honestly, Kentucky should be, as healthy as they are, and they're full complement of players, they should be able to roll tonight on the road in Aggie Land. It's going to be a packed house. It's going to be a lot of excitement. This is the first big game for Texas A&M at home this year. But I think Kentucky's got enough strength. Neutral court, they're a 12, 15-point better team. At Rupp Arena, 20, 25-point better team. On the road, they should win by double digits. And I'll be surprised, nay, stunned if they don't win and win this by double digits tonight.
You and me both, but for whatever reason, these college basketball games have been not nice to us. So,
well, last night was a weird one, and you know I was close to getting the under for Baylor, but you got Baylor last night, so that worked out for you.
That's true. Yeah, but they've not been easy to play for me specifically. So as for Kentucky, they have only had 2 games this season that were decided by less points than the spread of 7, and it was in 2 of their losses, 1 to Notre Dame and 1 to LSU. So aside from that, they have essentially been dismantling their opponents. Meanwhile, A&M has been playing decent teams pretty close and, again, has yet to face a ranked opponent. Their most challenging game so far this season was probably against a Wisconsin team that saw the Aggies lose by 11. The Kentucky offense is averaging around 84 points a game and has a field goal percentage of 50.5 compared to the Aggies' 76 points a game and their 46.9 field goal percentage. And something that should scare the Aggies even more is that the Cats rank 4th in offense efficiency, 12th in effective field goal percentage that I just touched on, and they are 1st in offensive rebounding percentage. So basically, when they get going, they are a hard team to stop in the Wildcats. And while, yes, the Aggies have Jonte Brown, who is 7 feet tall, the edge on height in this one is definitely going Kentucky's way. Here are some quick trends. The Wildcats are 11-6 against the spread on the year, while A&M is 7-8-1. Kentucky has combined for this total 7 times this season, and the Aggies have done it in 6 games. Again, I'm hoping this will be good. A good game, but I think Kentucky is really starting to heat up, and I have a really hard time seeing them, not seeing them win this one, let alone cover. So, not cover. So, we'll be taking BBN tonight at -7 on the road, right there with you, pal.
Yeah, Brazilian butt lifts. Oh, no, that's a different thing. No, that's different. You're right. I'll tell you, I think Texas A&M, all those numbers that you mentioned for them, they're fine. But I think because of their level of competition, I don't really know what this Texas A&M team actually is. So, like, for me, it was hard for me to read into the statistics and the numbers. I know what Oscar Schwebe is. I know what Severe Wheeler is. I know what Ty Washington is. I know I've seen these dudes play. I know how good they are against good competition, too. I love Kentucky now. That's a team I still think can make the Final Four.
You and me both. BBN, not to be confused with BBLs. All right, just to clarify.
Big Booty Nation, that's right.
Big Booty Nation. Oh my gosh.
A lot of butt stuff on this show. I like it.
We can't escape it. I don't know what it is.